Hey, there we go. All right, so we'll jump right into it. So, is this mound?
Yep.
That's hedger.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, that is mound.
Okay, so this is Aronia low-scape mound. So Cheryl's rushing.
No,
She's-
I want to put that in there.
Yeah, so this is low-scape mound. So we just wanted to show you this group, fantastic group this year. We grew a bunch of them down in Columbus. We kind of split the crop up, and the Columbus crop looks great too. So we're moving them up, staying well ahead. So we have 1,600 available right now, and we can lay our hands on. We'll just keep bringing them up in chunks of 1,000 as we need them. So there's plenty there to sell on. We ran short last year on this one. But this year we got real good numbers. Low grower, spreads more than it gets tall. It's a native, right? So it can be planted just about anywhere, and you can enjoy. It can also be a foundation plant, where most Aronia aren't really suited to be foundation plants. They're more hedges and backgrounds and things like that. But this one can be used in just about any area. So. Barberry, so Concord, we got some of these coming on here in a 2-gallon. You can see there real dark leaves on Concord. It gets a little tiny bit of a green edge on it. Not really a selling point, but it can look interesting from that. This is a fairly compact mounding kind of round one, but gets a little taller than what pygmy would get. So it's more of a ball shape type. This one here is just an old standard barberry out there. We were still growing this. It's probably going to go out of the plan eventually, just because of the invasive nature of barberry. But right now, most of our territories, you can sell it. Just be careful on barberry. Make sure you're looking at the restrictions. Mini maroon, this is a PW. So this is in a 2-gallon. We really like this one. This one grows a lot more like pygmy would grow, but maybe a little more compact. Definitely a low mound type of plant, deep color, excellent resistance to bacterial spot. I love that. Barberry are notorious for getting bacterial spotting. Back in the day, that was one of the reasons they got bacterial spot, and they got rust. So back just after the turn of the century, there were eradication programs to get rid of barberry, naturalized barberry, because they would spread rust into soybeans. So, but we're past all that now. And this one here looks great. It is not certified sterile, but they do say that it's sterile. So if there are restrictions in states, this one you cannot ship there. The only one that we have, and you have to make sure they've allowed a way to get it in, is Crimson Cutie. So it is listed as sterile, but it's not certified. All right, grass Hamlin. This is a new crop coming on here. You see we got the pot filled out. We're cruising along. Cheryl's able to get 1,000 of these on. Been out of it for a little bit, out of threes. Threes are getting close. Yep. Kind of like them. At least another week. We'll let you know next week. Hopefully the week after they'll be ready. Well, I think they would be. I don't know why they wouldn't. So you can kind of start putting out there that the week of the 11th, we should be able to get in business on 3-gallon Hamlins, but we got these 19s right now. Shenandoah, got a nice crop of Shenandoah. Shenandoah will get little bits of kind of a purple hue on the blades, which is kind of cool. It's an open plumy grower, kind of a plains grass type of grass. Been around for quite a while. Very adaptable, stays within its, it gets aggressive, but it doesn't outgrow an area, which is nice. So it can fill an area pretty quick, but it won't like cruise around and grow into everything and grow into the landscape. So we got 150 of these on, and we got more following them. Heavy metal. So this here, we got about 400 of these that turned on, 3 gallons. These look really nice. They're popped out. Same thing. It gets a coloration in the blades, little bit of blues in it. It's also an open plume bloomer. So that's turning on. We also have other grass that'll be coming on. I know we got 19 centimeter Carl Forsters back on. We've talked about those. So we're back in business there. Probably 3 gallons, a couple more weeks. Yeah, so it'll be about the same as the Hamlin. So just FYI on the grass. Next week, we should be able to tell you that we're starting to roll into most of the varieties. So if you got people asking questions, just let them know. That week of the 11th, most of it should be ready. Spirea double play gold. So these got trimmed earlier and they flushed out really nice. You can see there, we're just budding up. If they weren't trimmed, okay, if they were natural, they would be full of dead blooms right now. So sell that. We spend time and money on doing these split trims to enhance these plants for this time of year. So we try really hard to trim these so we get them to re-break and look fresh and fill full of fresh flowers. So sell the fresh, sell what we're doing out there. We got 500 of these with more coming on. Spirea Gold Mound, you know, same thing. They went through a trim. You can see there, they're just getting ready to start pushing their flowers out. The biggest bang for your buck is going to be this 3 gallon Gold Mound. Just look at the size of it there. But it's not hollowed out on the bottom or anything, you know, it's actually cascading over the plant, over the pot. So it looks nice and full. Great one to get out there and fill an area in the landscape or land it on a re-wholesale lot. And, you know, we're not charging any more for it. So people really should appreciate that. Thuja Tater Tot. So Tater Tot's a newer one out there. It is a dense dwarf. Occidentalis type, so it's a little ball, and it grows pretty slow. That's why we only offer it in a 2 or even a 1. So, but it's a slow grower. It's fairly expensive, and the reason why is it sits on the ground a year longer than others. You know, Woodward Eye comparably is a fast grower. It's going to get pretty big, get out of hand, but it's a cheaper price because it's a fast grower and it's not here very long. So, but you know, this one here is not going to outgrow an area. It will get a decent size. You know, I would say 3 by 3 maximum at about 15 years. So, but it does take well to trimming too. So that's kind of nice too, but really cool plant out there that Proven Winners introduced a couple of years ago. We had some last year, we ran out. We got a bigger supply, but they're just starting to come on. So we just got 250 for now with more coming. Thuja Fire Chief. We were out of Fire Chief for a little while there. So we do have some of these 2.25s. They're like a halfway between a 2 and a 3. They're in a C1000 pot. It's a different size pot. We were contract growing these. They didn't take them, so we have a few of these left. So you can get them. We're selling them at the 2.25 or the 2 gallon price. So, and then we have the standard 3 gallon there. These were growing in Columbus. We've moved them up. We're moving them up in batches of 1,000 as they come on. So Cheryl's got 300 right now with more coming. So we're back in business. We were out for probably about 4 weeks.
I have 11,000 that I've already.
Yeah, okay.
Right after I did that.
All right, so yeah, we had another load landed, so there's 1,300 total, so we're back in business there, so let everybody know, they still seem to be fairly short on the market. Don't oversell it, you can see there, it's just to the edge of the pot, it's just a 12-inch. You got somebody that needs a 15, we don't have it, so nice, fresh, 12-inch, that's what we have. And then the opposite is Mr. Bowling Ball, so Mr. Bowling Ball seems to be displacing a lot of the junipers out there, any green juniper. Our sales have been fairly weak. People are just preferring Mr. Bowling Ball. It's easy to grow, easy to take care of. You don't have to trim it all the time. You don't have to worry about disease. It doesn't get tip blights like junipers do, all those kind of things. So makes a lot of sense to me why the market has turned to Mr. Bowling Ball. But this is a 2-gallon. We don't particularly grow very many 2s, but we had some 2s. We got a couple hundred, and then we have thousands of 3s.
3,800 on the 3s.
3,800 3s available, but we wanted to show you these 2s. Great for somebody who's looking at a price point. You know, they're bigger than the 2-gallon, not quite as big as our 3, but very close. So this would be the buy of the week. So snatch up these 2 gallons at a cheaper price, but it's getting you pretty close to that 3-gallon head size. All right. I think that's what we got.